Everyone, and welcome to this live stream. Today we're going to be watching Alcaraz against Baez in the semi-final of the Next Gen Finals. Sebastian Korda, as you can see, will be the finalist who the winner of this match will face. And we're starting the match off with Baez to serve. As you can see, the fan vote is 78% in favour of Alcaraz. So, I mean, clearly a heavy favourite here. So we're going to see how this match progresses. Who wins? My favorite, or my opinion on who's going to win, I think it's going to be Alcaraz. He's just so solid. I think he'll win the whole tournament, and it's going to be an interesting one to see how Baez can perform, having obviously played most of his career on a clay court. You know, indoor conditions, relatively hot, so the ball's going to be flying through the air pretty quickly. So it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with the situation. And he's obviously done a very, very good job so far. Let's see how it goes. Carlos starting off, 15 love down. Baez going cross court in this point. Slight bit of lag on my stream, but Alcaraz ending up winning the point. I was reading an article where Carlos Ferrero, Alcaraz's coach, was just talking about him as a player. It was actually quite interesting. I mean, it's crazy that this guy has gone, pretty much top 30 within almost a year, as he misses a return on the backhand side. I mean, the level of this guy is just absolutely crazy. I mean, he was beating like top 100 players when he was 16, and he's only the second youngest player to play at the Next Gen Finals. Obviously, second to Yannick Sinner, who is 18 years and 2 months, and Alcaraz 18 years and 6 months right now. Starting off with a great point, running. Alcaraz just about getting there, playing a volley, and it goes wide. Pretty solid point to stop. It's probably the best point of the match so far, for sure. As it goes 40 love. Massive crowd in the arena in Milan at the moment. People are even standing, not even able to find a seat. It's always a positive thing. As Baez misses a forehand into the net. You don't want to be giving away too many unforced errors against this guy. Alcaraz is not gonna mess about on his service games. You want to get to those tie breaks. 3-all tie break is your friend here if you're playing against Alcaraz, because it's going to be tough to keep with him in the games. Solid return from Alcaraz. Alcaraz goes slice down to Baez's backhand, goes slice down the line. Alcaraz goes forehand, pulls it wide. And Baez opens up the match and goes ahead 1-love. How you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Excited to see who the winner of this one is. Obviously, I streamed Gaston against Musetti, which was the longest match in Next Gen Finals history. And I think I finished the stream at about 11:30 in the evening, and I had training the next day, so it wasn't ideal. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this match isn't as long as that one, but hopefully it is a good battle. Hopefully we see 1 or 2 tie breaks, and hopefully we have an interesting viewer experience. And Alcaraz tournament so far, looking at his backhand, he's played 79% of the forehand after the first serve. So clearly looking for his forehand on the first ball after the serve, or the third ball technically. Alright, Alcaraz to serve now. Let's see what he can do. Goes serve into the net. Second serve. I was also quite interested with the warm-up. It's only 1 minute. 1 minute warm-up, that's extremely quick. Alcaraz comes on the forehand out to Baez's backhand, goes down the line, pulls it long. I think a lot of these players are obviously missing a lot of the balls out and long rather than in the net. Something you notice at the high level of tennis is, they're they don't really make the mistakes in the net anymore. Whereas at a younger level, definitely a lot more players are missing in the net. First serve from Alcaraz goes to Baez's forehand. Baez goes whip angle cross and gets a net call, but it goes wide, just out. Hello everyone in the chat. Let me know who you think is going to win this one. And also, if you feel like subscribing during the stream or you want to see more streams in the future, that would be greatly appreciated. And then you can also let me know that you subscribed in the chat, and I'll read your name out. So down the tee from Alcaraz. Oh, doesn't come back. That's a bomb. 213 kilometers an hour. That's pretty pacey. I think my fastest serve is probably around 120 miles an hour. Don't exactly know what that is in maybe 200 kilometers an hour, I reckon I could serve. Anyway, serve down the tee is an ace from Alcaraz. That's a sign of things to come. Things to come are a high level. As it go 1-1. And like I said, Baez already looking the weaker player. Do you think Baez has got any chance? Well, I think if he can get to tie breaks, he does. Because if he can hold through his service games, I mean, Alcaraz clearly has a better serve and a better service game like performance. But if Baez can get through the opening 3 service games in each set, he could definitely clinch the tie break, in my opinion. And whether he can do that enough times to win the match, we shall see. But it all comes down to just holding serve. And that's what he did in the first game. Goes to kick serve to Alcaraz's backhand, goes down the line, but Baez misses in the net. I mean, Alcaraz is such an aggressive player, so against him, you really have to find a way of neutralizing on a lot of the balls. 15 love down now. Doesn't want to give Alcaraz any points in these games. Serve down the tee. Alcaraz solid return through the middle. Baez to Alcaraz's forehand, goes cross court. Oh, and Alcaraz wins the point off a shank. It's already 30 love. I mean, these matches could go so quickly. I mean, 3 short sets. If it's like a 4-1, 4-love, 4-love, you could be in for an extremely quick match. Maybe like a less than an hour for sure. So, be interesting to see how this one pans out. Serve out wide. Alcaraz goes down the line. Baez goes backhand cross. Alcaraz on the stretch goes slice. Baez on the forehand goes inside in. Alcaraz on the run. Baez with the volley. Plays it, pops it up. Alcaraz goes straight at Baez. And Alcaraz has 4 break points already. Wow. On that question earlier, do you think Baez has got a chance? After this opening start, I don't think so. Alcaraz just looking way, way, way too strong here. Looking super, super solid. Are you going to uni or just tennis at the moment? I'm doing a 1-year break where I'm just doing tennis. Serve out wide for Alcaraz. Baez goes to Alcaraz's backhand and Baez misses in the net. It's break Alcaraz after 7 minutes. Wow. Did not see that one coming. And like I said, if Baez can get to a tie break, he could find a way of winning a set. But if he's already getting broken in the second game to love in an indoor hard court, I mean, it's not something you see every day. And clearly Alcaraz, the heavy favourite, 78% on downloadtennis.com, think he's going to be winning this one. So, I mean, yeah, going to be facing Sebastian Korda in the final. He beat Nakashima in 5 sets, 4-2 in the 5th. Only 1 tie break, which he managed to win. I mean, that shows how fine the margins are. 1 tie break separated the match. If Nakashima would have won that tie break, would have won the match. In straight sets as well. So that's how it goes. You can so easily, the momentum can just change. Alcaraz will win this title. Yeah, I think for sure as well. I think he can definitely beat Korda and he can definitely win this match. If he just keeps playing the way he is, just be consistent, be aggressive, and just play his game. He's physically extremely solid, and if he can just keep putting the pressure on, and serving it out, yeah, he's definitely got a strong chance of winning this thing. He's also obviously the seed number 1, the highest ranked player as well. So that does help with the confidence and stuff as well. Yeah, let me know in the chat who you think's going to win this one, or who you're rooting for to win this one. Alcaraz already a breakup after 9 minutes of play. Let's see what he can do here. Can he put himself in a position to be 1 game away from winning the opening set? Let's have a look. Serve goes down the tee. Baez just about gets there. Alcaraz with the forehand. Goes cross court. Solid play. Just so ruthless. Boom. Serve. First ball. I mean, looking at his average top spin speed from Alcaraz. 127 kilometers an hour. That's crazy. And Baez only at 114. So, I mean, he's just really putting some spin on the ball. Makes it really kick up. Alcaraz, serve out wide. Baez just making the return. Alcaraz goes inside in, goes in the net. It's not an error you see every day from Alcaraz. 15-all. I mean, Baez really has to just hang on here and hope that Alcaraz makes some errors. I mean, that's all he can hope for. Because if, you know, well, he has to just be aggressive. Because if Alcaraz just, you know, will walk all over him if he's just not giving him, not pushing him back and keeping him behind the baseline. So it goes out wide from Alcaraz. Baez missing the return. Having quite a lot of quick points here. What he doesn't want is to let the momentum slip away from him too quickly. And then he's finding himself in a difficult position. He needs to hold this next game, definitely, for sure. Because then at least he'll be serving at the beginning of the next set. 30-15 Alcaraz. Big serve down the tee. Comes in for the serve and volley, misses long. Really putting some pace on that. He's not going for too much. He's not going for an ace. He hit at 197, so he's just going for the kind of the slots and looking for a, you know, looking for a volley there. I mean, he slowed it down from the big tee, which would have been like a 220. It'd be interesting to see what he does here. Goes serve out wide. Oh, it's an ace. That's just too solid. Goes ace out wide and closes it out to go 3-1 up. I mean, his serving performance is sublime so far. Obviously, 89% first serve percentage. That is extremely high. And 88% one on first serve and 100s on second serve. He must have only hit 1 or 2 second serves. But 2 aces, 4 winners, and 4 unforced errors for Baez. So far, looking extremely, you know, comfortable. Looking like he's in a driving seat. And, yeah, taking the match to Baez. Let's see how Baez can respond. Serve out wide. Alcaraz goes a return cross. Baez goes down the line. Misses long. Not an error you want to see. I mean, Alcaraz is now 15 of 20 points, 75% of points won. And in tennis, you know, that's, you know, 55% of points. If you win 55% of points, you've done a good job. And he's at 75% of points in this one. So, serve down the tee from Baez. Great return from Alcaraz. Baez misses in the net. And Baez has lost the last 6 points on serve now. This is a masterclass so far from Alcaraz. 30 love. 2 points away from the set after only 12 minutes. Could it be that this is the shortest match in Next Gen Finals history? Serve goes wide from Baez. I mean, yes, two nights ago, I had the longest between Gaston and Mazzetti. It was like over 2 hours. Well over 2 hours. Serve goes down the tee. Alcaraz taking it early, coming into the net. Volley into the net. Tried to save with that one. Yeah, well over 2 hours, and you know, I'm for sure saying that this one could definitely be under an hour. Definitely, if Alcaraz keeps playing like this. If he gets the break here, he's opening on serve in the next set as well. I mean, it's just too good. This will be a telling point though here. Let's see what Baez will do. He needs this one. Otherwise, he's down 3 set points already. Serve down the tee. Alcaraz goes forehand through the middle. Baez goes forehand. Pushes it into Alcaraz's forehand. Goes spin to Baez's backhand. Goes inside out. Baez goes down the line. Alcaraz on the run. Goes forehand cross. Baez goes back behind. And it's out. And Alcaraz has 3 set points after only 13 minutes. Who would have seen this coming? Not me. I mean, he was just looking extremely solid and using the spin pretty well. You know, some of these balls, they look like Baez can step in, but then when it kind of kicks up, you know, you realise that it's actually just got ridiculous amounts of spin on the ball. Baez with a short forehand goes to Alcaraz's forehand, goes through the middle. Baez goes to Alcaraz's forehand, goes down the line, pushes it long. Going for slightly too much on that one. Maybe feeling like he wants to win this set by pure force, which is pretty much what he's been doing most of the time. I mean, yeah, the best Baez can do here is get it to a sudden death point and perform well. Good serve down the tee. Alcaraz now on the forehand side, goes through the middle. Baez goes inside out. Alcaraz on the backhand defense. Baez goes inside in. Alcaraz there on the forehand, goes to Baez's backhand, drops it short. Alcaraz with the forehand, going cross court. Alcaraz goes down the line. Baez slices it. Oh, Alcaraz goes inside out. Baez takes it up the line. What a point. Oh, and Alcaraz misses long. Solid defense there from Baez. good patience, and his sudden death point. We saw this with Gaston. He literally won 100% of break points. Like, literally the whole match, pretty much, until the last point of the match. So, I mean, you think he must have saved at least 12 to 15 break points, which was crazy. And Baez, obviously, on serve now. Now he has the advantage, and I think he will manage to hold here. Serve goes out wide. Alcaraz goes back cross. Baez goes in up the line. Alcaraz, Baez on the volley, goes with the drop volley. That's too good. Goes in the fist pump. That's a solid way to hold serve after being 40-15 down. And now Alcaraz will have to serve it out for the set. And it also means that Baez will now serve first in the next set, which is a big advantage, because if you're serving first, then one break isn't as bad. Like, it doesn't seem as bad, because if Alcaraz is serving first, then gets a break, he goes 3-love up. Whereas if Baez is serving first and he gets a break, it's only like a 3-1, or it doesn't seem as much, and you get more opportunity to like break back, if that makes sense. Rossetti or Alcaraz, who do you think will win in a match? For sure, Alcaraz, I think. He's much more solid player. You actually see Baez's shoelaces were undone when he played that point. I'm not sure exactly when they came undone. Let's have a look. Yeah, it just looks like when he came into the net. Coaches putting up a vamos in the box. I mean, obviously a few Argentinian fans in the crowd, but mostly, I guess, will be supporting Alcaraz here. Yeah, let me know in the chat who you think's gonna win this one, or at least who you think. Who you think's gonna win this one. Most of you will probably think Alcaraz, but if there are any Baez fans or Baez supporters out there, do let me know. 16 minutes, or 17 minutes of play now, as we get underway in Alcaraz serving for the set. I did predict that this match could be under 1 hour. I'm not sure what the fastest next gen finals match is. Be interesting to get a statistic on that. I don't know why I said that weirdly. Statistic on that. The shortest match in next gen history. I'll have a look. Good serve out wide from Alcaraz. Doesn't make the return. Just such a solid serving performance. $15-love. Let's have a look. What's the shortest match? No, it doesn't say. It only says in tennis history. That's not very helpful. Serve down the tee from Alcaraz is just wide. Close call. I like the way they have that close call. Makes it really clear for everyone to see exactly that it was close. Anyway, serve goes out, kick out wide. Baez goes backhand into the net. Missing quite a few returns here. I mean, Alcaraz is getting a lot of free points here. And he's winning a lot of second serve points, which Baez should try and minimise. I mean, Baez only won 38% of points on first serve, which is not a good statistic for indoor hardcourt. But it is only early on. And Alcaraz now only 2 points away. Could he close out the set in under 20 minutes? Serve goes out wide. Alcaraz Baez goes slice into the net. Just such solid serving from Alcaraz. 40-love. He's got 4 set points on serve. He's going to close out in under 20 minutes. Wow. Such a solid start. I mean, he had the 3 breakpoint chances to close out in at 4-1, but didn't take that. And he goes ace out wide. Throws in the fist pump as well. That is a solid performance right there in the first set. Do you think Baez has the game to have a better career than Schwartzman? They're both 170 centimeters. I mean, it's hard to tell. I'd like to. I haven't really seen that much of Baez, to be honest. I mean, he's relatively new on the. Obviously, they're all relatively new because they're quite young. Obviously, Baez coming in as the number 6 seed. I need to see more of his game. He has a similar game style, obviously, being so small, and I think it definitely doesn't help him on these types of courts. He's obviously much better on the clay court, where you can use and generate your own pace and spin on the ball, and the height isn't as much of a negative factor on those ones. But obviously, on the grass and the indoor hard court, it's going to be much more of a disadvantage to be smaller. than like a big server, for example. And that's why the guys like Isner do quite well, obviously, on the grass, because they can just win so many of their service games by getting so many free points. I mean, looking at some of the set statistics, Alcaraz 50 rotations per minute on the forehand. That is crazy. 36 on the backhand, and Baez only 45 on the forehand and 23 on the backhand. And Baez running almost 100 meters more than Alcaraz already in a relatively short set. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how the rest of the match pans out. It could be a pretty quick one by the looks of things. Obviously, Alcaraz having had 4 break points already and only capitalizing on one of them. I mean, if he were to capitalize on 2, it would have been much, much quicker. Do you think Alcaraz has the potential to become one of the future GOATs? Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's already top 30 and he's only 18 years old. I mean, he definitely, has a lot of potential. I think by the end of next year, he has good potential to become a top 10 player. It will just come down to how long guys like Tsitsipas and Zverev and those types of players put up like resistance for, if that makes sense. Because to become a GOAT, you need to be putting the same numbers as like Djokovic, and he was pretty much winning everything his entire career. So I mean, Alcaraz would relatively soon have to start winning a lot of big titles, I guess. Anyway, now Baez to open the serving in this next set. Let's see what he can do. Kick serve to Alcaraz's backhand. Stuck in the backhand to backhand cross battle. See who's going to break first. Good movement there from Alcaraz. Baez goes inside in. Bang on the line. Good dig there from Alcaraz. Goes angle cross. Alcaraz with good depth. And Baez shanks it long. I mean, just such good defensive ability there from Alcaraz. Just not being too impatient. Putting good depth when he's outside the court. Good height over the net. Just forcing Baez back. But Baez not looking too comfortable on the aggressive balls. He's got quite an extreme grip on the forehand side, so he's going to be generating a lot of spin. Like I said, good for a clay court, but for this court, probably not the best. Good serve down the tee. Alcaraz, great depth on the forehand return. Baez missing the next ball wide, and again Alcaraz with a very, very solid start to this Baez service game. But again, Baez looking like when he's under the pressure, he can perform in his service game. Crowd in the stadium looking pretty full. I'd give it about 80% capacity. Serve out wide from Baez. Alcaraz, good return to Baez's backhand. Really slapped at that one. Slice to Baez's forehand. Goes back to short. Alcaraz approaching into the net. Baez goes down the line. Alcaraz on the stretch. How has that gone in? Baez goes straight at Alcaraz, but puts the volley wide. A solid point there. I mean, Alcaraz looked like he was in control on that approach on the backhand cross, but Baez did a good job of threading the needle on the backhand line. So yeah, just neutralizing one of those points and saving a chance at 4 break points for Alcaraz. I mean, if you're 40-love up in any of these games, you should be winning it, because 4 break points is you're just gonna slap at 1 or 2 of them. One of them's gonna go in. 15-30 now. First serve goes wide. He had quite a high first serve percentage, but when it's come in, he's won less than 50%. So probably better off on the second serve. Goes to Alcaraz's forehand. Is a let. Replay that one. Hopefully it doesn't disturb his rhythm. Sometimes when you get a let on the second serve, it will disrupt your rhythm a bit. But probably not of these pro players. Kick serve to Alcaraz's backhand. Straight at the body, actually. Good depth on the return from Alcaraz. Alcaraz goes backhand into the net. Looks annoyed at himself. I would be too. 30 all. Missed out on a chance there. Still in with a chance now. 30 all in the beginning of this game. I mean, Baez, like I said, the only way he wins this match is by sticking with Alcaraz to like a tiebreak and then winning it there. I don't see him being able to break Alcaraz. Easily, at least. Maybe he plays a few good points. Serve goes out wide. Alcaraz goes forehand through the middle. Baez goes forehand down the line. Alcaraz putting the backhand long. He's looking slightly wild. He's lost 3 points in a row now. I mean, there's big momentum shifts in these next-gen finals. I was watching the Gaston Musetti match yesterday. I mean, you'd have spells where players were winning 3 or 4 in a row, mostly like 3 or 4 points. So they go up 40-love and then lose the game, or, like big momentum shifts like we're seeing here. Serve down the tee. Baez with the short forehand goes through the middle. Alcaraz goes to Baez's backhand, who goes cross-court. Alcaraz now putting the ball to Baez's backhand, who pushes it long, and it's juice. And it's a break point for Alcaraz already in this next set. Let's see what he can do here. I have a feeling Baez is going to clutch up. I have a feeling he's going to clutch up in this point. But let's see. Let's see if he does. Baez. Serve down the tee. Alcaraz good with short return. Baez to Alcaraz's forehand goes cross. Baez goes back cross. Alcaraz goes forehand down the line. Baez puts the ball in the net. It's a first break of the second set for Alcaraz already. And now he's really on the front foot. Now he's really, I back him to win this match 100% now. I mean, he's come out every single game on Baez's serve already. He's had break point chances, except the first game of the match. Yeah, other than that, he's had loads of break point chances. I think he's won probably about over 60% of the points in the match. I mean, super solid performance already. And Baez just looking like he's a bit uncomfortable on this court against this specific opponent, making quite a few unforced errors. Could you see Cerundolo's serve? No, I didn't. I've seen maybe a few clips of it, but I mean, yeah, apparently it's pretty weak, but probably mostly for the clay. Like, he's probably got quite a good clay serve because I think he won a few challenges on clay. 1 game to love. Alcaraz to serve, misses the first serve, goes with the second serve, goes to Baez's backhand, really stretching on that one, pushes the ball long. I mean, on the kick serve from Alcaraz is just a different level. He's really getting Baez, like, jumping about 2 meters behind the baseline. I mean, that's something you want to develop your serve to be like that type of level. And it's just so tough for your opponent to do anything on these service games. 15 of Alcaraz now. Goes with the serve down the tee. It's an ace. It's just sublime. I'm going to throw in the air horn because it's just so good. 220 km/h ace down the tee. Boom. So solid. And he's 30 love up now. Goes with the serve down the tee. He went even bigger there. 225, but it went wide. I'd like to see him go like 230. I reckon he could go 230 if he went all out. Kicks, serve goes to Baez's forehand. Goes forehand down the line. Opens a space. Comes to the net. Goes with a drop volley. That is so good. Just such good tactical awareness. He goes with the second serve out wide to mix up the pace. Baez is on the stretch. He then goes easy ball down the line. But Baez is on the run. He sees it. Comes into the net. Plays a drop volley because Baez is out of position. That's tennis 101. It's just solidly executed point there. He's probably done that a million times before. And it's 40 love to go. 2 love up in the second set. Serve into the net. He wants to keep his first serve percentage quite high. That's how he's been winning most of his points pretty comfortably. Looking at his service stats, it's just ridiculous over there. Kick serve goes out wide. Baez on the backhand. Serve and volley. Puts the volley away. Game Alcaraz. 2 games to love. He just looks invincible. He looks invincible. How can anyone beat this guy? You have to have first of all, a massive serve to be winning your service games. And extremely solid from the back. I mean, yeah, like I said, I see him as a top 10 player by the end of next year, for sure. But whether he can be one of the GOATs, I don't know. That's still a question which remains unanswered, and he'd have to prove himself at the highest level. Like, he'd have to win a major in the next year, I'd say, to be in the contention. Before he's 20, for sure. 15 of Baez. I mean, unless he just wins everything from the age of 20 to 30. But I mean, it's unlikely that someone wins everything the whole time. 15 of Baez. Serve down the tee goes wide. He's missing a lot of first serves. Well, no, he's 76% actually. It's not that bad. Kick serve goes to backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand goes slice short. Baez goes slice down the line. Lands on the line. Alcaraz great angle. And Baez missing long. Looking like he's just trying to overplay slightly. Alcaraz just making the moves. Doing the basics. Cross courts. And Baez looking to go down the line. Just can't do it. I mean, second serve points won. Alcaraz at 100%. And Baez, it's saying on the screen here, at only 50%. I know the stats here are probably slightly different. Serve goes out wide. Alcaraz tries to go down the line, but misses miles long. It looked like a crazy angle he was hitting, because on the camera, it looked like it was on the right path. And then just kept going after the line. So that's why I had a bit of excitement in my voice there. 30-15 Baez. He desperately needs a game on the board here. I mean, if it goes 3-love, that's a bit embarrassing. And he's going to go 4-love down, and that's going to be the end of that set. Needs this point right here. Kick serve. Alcaraz goes backhand cross. Good depth. Baez goes inside out, and Baez goes inside in. Not too good on the quality on that one. Baez goes backhand down the line. Alcaraz goes forehand down the line. Baez goes backhand cross. Misses wide. Got a point. Now Alcaraz with another chance, maybe, to get a break point and a technical set point, because I believe that he's not gonna lose a service game. The way he's playing right now. And Baez just needs to hold on for as long as possible. Can he get to a tie break? Can he get to a tie break? He has to break back. I mean, this set looking pretty far gone right now, but you never know. You never know with these games, you know? I was saying earlier that I watched the Gaston Mazzetti match, which was like almost 3 hours. I think, well, maybe 2.5. And this one is so much shorter. So, big difference. Good return from Alcaraz. Now pushed on the stretch, goes with the slice cross. Baez with the forehand, goes inside in. Alcaraz is there, goes forehand angle. Oh, what an angle. Baez tries to go back angle. And it's 2 break points for Alcaraz. Such good defensive ability there. Playing the angle literally in the service box with such good spin. And moving Baez literally 2 meters off the court and couldn't put the ball back in the court. I mean, when you're playing someone that's able to put so much spin on the ball, opens up so many angles, which Alcaraz is taking advantage of. 2 break points. Let's see if Baez can step up. Serve goes down the tee. Alcaraz goes slap forehand into the net. Probably not the best choice of shot there from Alcaraz. I don't know what he was trying to do. But, well, go for a winner, which is probably not the best idea. But yeah, Juice, he got a break from 40-love, and last time there was a deciding point on Baez's serve. Alcaraz did win it. Oh yeah, he won the one at the beginning of the set. Let's see if he can do this one. Serve goes at the backhand of Alcaraz. Good return. Baez goes forehand. Alcaraz goes forehand down the line into the net. Solid hold from Baez. I mean, that's an uncharacteristic 2 mistakes on the forehand wing from Alcaraz. He'll probably be slightly upset with himself that he didn't capitalise to get the double break. Will this be a 3-setter to Alcaraz? I believe it will be a 3-setter to Alcaraz. He's looked so solid on the serve, so unless Baez can really push him to a tie break, I don't see Baez being able to be solid enough to break Alcaraz's serve. And in tennis, you need to be able to break the serve at least. You know. But all is still to play for. You know, you never know with these short set matches. The way that the match is obviously structured now, best of 5 sets, short sets. Very different to what we're used to, and like we saw in this match, the Korda Nakashima match. If Nakashima had won that tiebreak, it would have been 4-3, 4-2, 4-1. But instead, Korda won it, and it was 2-4, 1-4, and then won the remaining 2 sets 4-2, 4-2. So the format of the actual match makes a big difference, because it's all about the momentum in these ones, and you know, you never know exactly what's going to happen. And winning a set like 6-2 or something, you know, is a big difference to winning a set 4-1 and then being 2-all, you know, or 2-1, you know. 33 minutes played. I mean, this could be a sub 1 hour match. Keep banging on about it. I don't know why. I feel like that'd be quite cool if the match was under 1 hour. Alcaraz to serve now. Let's see what he's got in the chat. In the locker. Here we go. Serve goes out wide. Baez's forehand cross. Alcaraz goes with a half volley down the line. Baez goes really high with spin. Goes in. Alcaraz goes inside out. Drops it short. Baez inside out. Close call is just wide. I thought that ball was in, for sure. It went inside out from this position of the court. Bang. Straight down there. It was called just out. I mean, there's such fine margins. On a court where there's no tram lines, it looked in. To be honest, it looked in. But from the angle of the video, it's quite hard. Serve from Alcaraz goes out wide. It was out? Is it let? No? No, it was a let. It was a let. Second serve. Oh, serve down the tee is an ace. And that ball literally landed exactly in the corner of the two lines. I mean, crazy. This guy is so good. 30 love. I think he's literally been winning like 92% on the first serve, 100 on the second serve. When the ball's going in, which it is almost 70% of the time, he's winning the point. So, solid. Serve down the tee, Baez misses in the net. Some applause for Alcaraz's consistency. Yeah, the consistency of this guy, especially on serve. This is a serve you want to be aiming for. Because he's winning so many points on. Points on serve 1. 19 out of 20. That is nuts. He's won 95% of points on the first serve. Kick serve out wide. Baez goes inside. Is that out? Yeah. Alcaraz goes inside out and misses. But yeah, he had won 19 out of 20 points on the serve. Full stop. That's a strong statistic. And how are you expected to break if you're only winning 1 point every 20? Excuse me, 20. 40-15 Alcaraz. Serve goes out wide. Goes forehand through the middle. Now goes backhand cross. Baez there goes backhand cross again. Alcaraz goes backhand down the line. Baez on the stretch. Can't quite get there. 40-15. Converts and goes 3-1 in this second set. I mean, that's what he's been doing so well. Literally, when he serves and then he kind of split steps almost halfway between the service box and the baseline. And so he's having to like half volley these returns. I think against maybe Djokovic or someone, he'd struggled because the returns have maybe come a bit deeper and he'd be kind of caught off guard. But against someone like Baez, who's maybe a bit smaller and doesn't return as well as Djokovic, he's getting a lot of the free points. Serve out wide from Baez, goes inside in, but great shot from Alcaraz on the backhand, gets a short forehand, goes with the passing shot, too good. Solid. And Alcaraz there, just nice and easy. The passing shot there. He got lots of time by hitting a dink backhand, and Baez tried to go short, but played it way too high, and Alcaraz with the easy cross-court passing shot. Still being super explosive on it though. Love 15. Kick serve out wide. Alcaraz goes backhand down the line. Baez on the stretch again. Pushes the ball long. 30 love Alcaraz. I mean, Alcaraz is probably winning more points on Baez's serve than Baez is. That's not a good statistic to have. Yeah, 44% on first serve. It's not great. Definitely not where you want to be. Here we go. Serve goes out wide. It does go out wide. And now with the second serve goes kick. Alcaraz is forehanding. Wow, that's a big return. Teased the ball off cross. That is a monster return. He has 4 set points to close out this set in under 20 minutes again. 150 km/h return speed. 146 exactly. That's like almost 100 miles an hour. Just under. Crazy speed from Alcaraz on that return. No pressure whatsoever. So from Baez goes in the net. I have a feeling Alcaraz is going to absolutely stomp on this one. He's going to really hit this one if it comes to his forehand. He does. It goes to Baez's backhand, puts it in the net. And when Alcaraz has got this level of confidence, I don't see anyone beating him. There we go. Alcaraz wins the set. That's pretty much what he looked like when he won the fist bump, the shout. Maybe not that dramatic. But 4-2, 4-1. The first 40 minutes of this match. And we could be on for under 1 hour if this continues. Alcaraz on serve now as well. It's just serving so solidly. I mean, look at some of the set 2 statistic. Alcaraz 5 winners, Baez 0. Unforced errors. Alcaraz made more unforced errors than Baez, mostly on the forehand side, which is a bit uncharacteristic. Coming into the net 3 times, neither of them coming into the net that much. But on serve, Alcaraz 8 of 9, and Baez 7 of 18. So winning less than 50% of points on his serve. That's not a good statistic to have. And total points won, Alcaraz was 19 out of 27. That is a lot of points won. Some quick calculator maths. 70% of points won by Alcaraz. And looking at the points won by the number of shots, Alcaraz under 5 points, 9-7, and 9-0 from 5-9. So every time the rally goes over 5 shots, Alcaraz has won every single one, which is a telltale sign that, you know, Baez is struggling in the longer rallies and looking for more easy points. And then looking at the serve percentages, second serve points won 20% from Baez in that last set, whereas Alcaraz is at 100%. I mean, the serve statistics tell the whole story here. Both about 75% on the first serve, but Alcaraz just winning a lot more points on the first serve. And he's opening up the serving here in the beginning of this this third set. Can he continue this absolute masterclass on this court? Or are we going to see him lose concentration, have a little dip, which happens to everyone, and give Baez a chance to get back into this set, into this match, sorry. We shall see. Again, like we saw here, 4-2, 4-1, and then 4-2, 4-2 to the other player, so all to play for still. Lovell, Alcaraz, serve goes into the net. I reckon this first game will be, these first 3 games, whatever happens here will kind of set the tone for the match, the set, sorry. Kick serve goes out, serve or slice serve out wide, Baez misses the return. I mean, Baez is having to stand literally behind the Milan, like, writing on the court. He's having to stand, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 meters behind the baseline here, just to get Alcaraz's return. And when you're returning from that position, it's pretty tough to even get the ball to do any sort of damage to your opponent. Crazy. He's got such a defensive stance as well. Alcaraz serves to Baez's forehand. Baez drops a short ball. Alcaraz with the silky hands goes with the drop shot from mid-court. 30-love. I mean, Baez is literally standing like 3 meters behind the baseline. He doesn't really have much of a choice. Just a quick change of the grip and drops it short. We're looking at the replay from the net cam of Alcaraz there. Stadium, I'd say pretty full at this point now. Alcaraz on serve. Goes serve down the tee. Goes long. It'd be interesting to see if Alcaraz does come through this, who will win between him and Korda. I would back Alcaraz, to be honest, if, you know, you had to ask me. We shall see. Serve out wide. Baez is so far off the court. Oh my god. Oh, that is a beautiful point. Serve out wide. I mean, he's literally standing in the stands, but Alcaraz still goes for the ball and puts it literally on the line on the other side with the forehand. I mean, nobody is ever getting to that shot. 142 kilometers an hour winner speed, even when you've got the whole court open. Kick serve out wide to Baez, serve and volley from Alcaraz. Alcaraz at the net. Baez goes to the passing shot, misses long. Game to love at the beginning of this next set, and I think Baez's fate is sealed here. Or sealed with a break. I'm not going to jump the gun too quickly. I mean, but with a game like that, that's just such a solid performance from Alcaraz. I mean, there's no way Baez is breaking this guy's serve. There's no way. He has to win it in a tiebreak. For sure, 100%. So this guy has to put some serious first serves in the court and win a lot of first serve points in these next few games to have a chance. I mean, 0 aces, 10 unforced errors, and 1 winner. 1 winner, and Alcaraz hit 11 winners and 8 unforced errors. He's -9 on the winners unforced errors. I mean, it's not great. Serve goes into the net again. He's made more first serves, but he's just not doing enough damage. At 1 meter 70 centimeters, he can't do that much anyway. Alcaraz goes backhand down the line return. Goes inside on the forehand. Baez goes down the line. Oh! Down the line passing shot. There's a bit of fire. It's a solid shot there from Baez. Maybe the tables are turning. Who knows? I mean, Alcaraz could have done a bit more on that approach shot, but solid ball there from Baez. Goes with the serve, goes in the net again. Come on. Come on, make the serve. Here we go. Kick her into the tee. Baez goes backhand cross, misses wide, 15-0. You can't be making those errors against this guy. Cannot be making those easy errors. Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are of the match so far. And let me know of your thoughts as well of who you think's gonna... Well, I can't really say who you think's gonna win this one, but if you think Alcaraz will win the final. I'm willing to say that. Serve goes, Alcaraz's body puts the ball through the middle. Baez goes down the line, but Alcaraz goes backhand through the centre. Goes short forehand, goes into the net. Another uncharacteristic forehand. It looks like he's, obviously he's being aggressive. You can't fault him for doing that, but he's making a few errors now. Alcaraz will win. Fair enough. Respect the opinion. Serve goes down the tee, Alcaraz forehand return. Baez goes cross court, Alcaraz goes forehand down the line. Baez jumping backhand cross, goes on the stretch, approaches the net, goes with a drop volley. Alcaraz can't get there. Baez playing a bit better now. Maybe it's a change of heart. Maybe it's he was having a little bit of a dip. Now he's playing a bit better. Looking to come into the net, had soft hands there, was able to make the ball difficult for Alcaraz, who wasn't able to get that even with his pace. He's 40-15 up now. Like I said, he just needs 3 games. If you can go 3-all against Alcaraz. Good serve out wide, serve and volley. Puts the ball away. Baez equalises at 1-all. And that's a much stronger start to the set. Much, much better. Maybe we have a match on our hands here. Maybe we have a match. And like I said, if it gets to a tiebreak, that's where we're going to see the real grip between these two players. And I think maybe Baez can edge out a tiebreak, for sure. I mean, he's definitely got the heart. He's still throwing in fist pumps. He's still looking like he's enjoying himself. But the question is, who can stop Carlos on his serve? Looks like no one. Misses the first serve. Did I know that Carlos' coach is a French Open champion? I did. It's Carlos Ferrero. He has his own tennis academy. Serve, kick serve down the tee. Forehand down the line. Baez goes with the backhand cross into the net. I wouldn't be too worried if I were Baez here. I'd just focus on my serve because Alcaraz is just so solid on his. There's not much point trying to hope for a break. Just don't get broken yourself and then he'll be fine. That's what I would say to myself. Definitely. 15 love. Goes with the kick, slow slicer Zalette. Thank you as well to everyone that's subscribing. I know that it doesn't come up on the screen at the moment, but anyone typing in the chat has already subscribed and is part of our community. So thank you to all of you guys for being engaging. As Alcaraz hits a serve and Baez shanks the ball and it hits a photographer. You don't want to be hitting a lens because that's going to be a very expensive error. A very expensive unforced error for a certain cameraman. if that's hitting the lens, I would know. 30 love. Alcaraz on serve. Serve down the tee is a bit wild. Went big and went over 220, but missing it long. Let's see where he goes. I reckon he's going to slice. He does. Goes out wide. Baez tries to go whip angle cross. Misses. I'd like to see a statistic on the amount of missed returns Baez has made. Because it seems like he's missing a lot of returns here. Or there's a lot of unreturnable points for Alcaraz. Maybe 2 to 3 every single game. You're not going to break someone if someone's hitting 3 aces a game. Alcaraz now. Serve down the tee. Just pulls it wide. Going for big shots now. He's 40 love up. There's no reason not to. We're 12 minutes away from the 1 hour mark. Can he get it done? We shall find out. Kicks out wide. Baez goes into the net. One step closer. 1 service game away from a tie break. Well, and 2 return games. Or he all he needs is 1 break here in a service game and then he's done it. I do believe that he will win the whole thing. I think he will. He's a seed number 1. He's such a solid player. I do believe that he can beat Korda. Korda's almost losing to Nakashima, who I think Alcaraz beat in 4 sets. It was close. There were 2 tiebreaks in there, but yeah, I think Alcaraz is just a different level. He's just a different beast to these other guys. I wouldn't even say physically. Physically, he's obviously proud of his physical abilities, but I don't think that's what sets him out here. It's just his ability to generate the spin, make the balls, his tactical awareness, and his serve. And the big differences between him and Baez here. If it was a clay court, maybe it would be a different sort of match, but it's not. was talking to a friend actually, and he said that he played the Davis Cup, like Junior Davis Cup under 16s. There was a match between Spain and Italy, between Mazzetti and Alcaraz in the under 16 category, and apparently it was the highest level match that the Junior Davis Cup's like ever had, and apparently there were loads of people like watching and stuff, and I can understand why when both of these guys are playing at such a high level. Anyway, back to the action at 2-1. Let's see what Baez has got. This is usually where he gets broken here. This or the next game. Interesting to see how he responds. Serve down the tee. Alcaraz goes with the backhand through the middle of the court. No. The stream is buffering. Not good. Baez won the point. 15 love. Apologies. Serve goes down the tee. Alcaraz goes forehand to Baez's backhand. Misses long. It's either this game or the next game that Alcaraz needs to win. You know? I don't think he minds which one, but I think he's going with an aggressive game style to try and win it. But yeah, if Baez can get 2 or 3 cheap points from Alcaraz each game, he'll be golden. Serve out wide. Alcaraz goes. Nope. Serve is out. Second serve. Only winning 45% on this one. He goes to the Alcaraz's backhand. Alcaraz now on the backhand cross. Goes backhand down the line. Opens the court up. And it's 30-15. His coach looks quite annoyed. Quite annoyed at him. I mean, Alcaraz just... Ball striking is just a different level. He's hitting the balls like bang on the line. On the backhand down the line. Anyway, 30-15. Serve goes down the tee. Alcaraz just about gets there. Goes long. Good, much better serving now from Baez. He's 40-15 up. Got a chance to equalise at 2-2. Maybe even get to a tie break here. Who knows? Maybe get a break and win the set 4-2. Things are looking up for Baez. Baez goes serve out wide. Alcaraz goes forehand. Oh my goodness. He stomps on the forehand cross. He wants to close it out in under an hour. Got 8 minutes left, Carlos. He needs to go and have dinner. He's hungry. That's clearly why he's so mad. He's winning so many points just by hitting winners. Again, over 140 kilometers an hour on the return speed. Serve goes long from Baez. Second serve. There's no way Alcaraz comes and gets a break here. Scrapes a break. Kick serve. Down the tee. Alcaraz put a great return. Runs around, hits a forehand, goes inside out. Baez goes through the middle. Alcaraz forehand cross. Comes into the net. Goes with the drop volley. Can't quite get there. Baez holds. Alcaraz looking dangerous in that one, but Baez escaping by the skin of his teeth. If Alcaraz had been one step closer into the net there, he would have put away that volley. He almost like detached the racket from his hands and try to play a drop shot there, but couldn't quite make it. It's 2-2, giving Baez a chance. Alcaraz can close this game. He's either won the match or got a tie break on his hands. He's quite good with tie breaks. He won both of them against Nakashima, so I believe. I think, yeah. So let's see what he can produce here. Serve goes down the tee. He's an ace. Solid. Serving master. If anyone ever says, like, why do you need a good serve in tennis? It's this match. It's a perfect example. 6 aces. 6 aces already. This guy's a monster. Serve. Goes out wide. Baez puts the return. Good depth, actually, from Baez. Goes backhand back to Carlos' forehand, who plays it cross. Now, I mean, that's a bad tactical mistake there from... Well, no, Baez missed it. Alcaraz missed it wide. My screen's a bit pixelated. I thought he'd made that one. But Baez went back to Carlos' forehand. He had the whole court. Tried to play it cross, but just missed wide. 50. It was still a bad tactical error, though. Because, I mean, most players will hit a winner cross there. 15-0. Serve from Alcaraz. Straight at the body of Baez. He plays a return like off his face. Now Alcaraz forehand to Baez's backhand, comes into the net. Misses a smash. Wow. He missed an easy overhead, and it's 30-15. Baez, I mean, Ferrero looking like, what was that? Looking almost laughing at that one. What? I mean, yeah, looking back on the replay, I mean, he's totally messed that one up. Maybe the lights got in his way. Interesting one. 15-30. This is the closest Baez has been to a break. So let's see what he can do here. Alcaraz misses the serve. This is a bit of pressure here for Alcaraz. Be interesting to see how he can respond. I mean, if Baez gets this point, he's in a good position. Alcaraz kick serve. Baez with the backhand cross. Alcaraz forehand inside out. Baez goes backhand through the middle. Alcaraz with the drop shot. Baez is running. Gets there. Goes down the line. Alcaraz goes with the lob. Lobs him. And Baez goes back with the lob. No way. It's in. And he gets the point. And it's triple break point for Baez. And he's saying, raising his hands, he's hit a lob off of a lob. That is nuts. Lobbing Alcaraz is crazy. Crazy. He runs around, hits like a lob over Alcaraz. I mean, I thought that ball was miles long. Lands like right on the line, and Alcaraz just doesn't have any space behind the court. And now this is a test. This is a test of his ability. What can he do? We know he can break back, so I wouldn't be too worried, but this is pretty much as close to a set point as Baez will get. Well, break point at least. Serve from Alcaraz goes to Baez's backhand. Misses the return. Good serve. 2 more points to hold. 1 more point to break. Sudden death format really does put the pressure on because Alcaraz cannot afford any mistakes even if he wins the next one. Usually when you get to juice you can afford to make one error. But not in this format. You have to be on it the whole time. Here we go. Breakpoint number 2. Breakpoint number 2 of the entire match for Baez here. As we come up onto 1 hour of playtime. Serve goes out wide from Alcaraz. Misses the return. Ooh, now it's interesting. Sudden death point. Sudden death point. Juice. Average serve speed almost 200 kilometers an hour for Alcaraz. Same second serve speed. But let's see what's going to happen here on the sudden death point. Is Alcaraz going to choke? Make an error? Or is Baez going to... and Baez get the break? Or is Alcaraz going to hold and send us at least to a tie break? Serve goes down the tee. It's an ace! This guy is so good. He's so solid. Even in the face of 3 break points, he hits 3 bomb serves and none of them come back. Wow. Vamos. That is so solid. Now we've either got a final game or tie break, which I'm sure Baez will find a way of winning. It's not game over. But it's a tough one to come back from now for Baez. Really has to work. As he takes in some gels. I like Alcaraz's his top. It's like a checkerboard kind of. Alcaraz will win for sure. I do believe that he will win. It's just how quickly he will win and in how many sets. Because it could be that I think he'll win in... if he loses this set, he'll win the next one, I think. I don't see it going to 5. I mean, knowing the match against Gaston against Mazzetti, it looked like Mazzetti was going to close out in 3, then lost the tiebreak in the 3rd, I think. Oh, no, he won the first 2 tiebreaks and then won the tiebreak in the end. So it was like a roller coaster of a match, and hopefully this one isn't like that. I mean, that was the longest match in Next Gen history, so I got a bit unlucky. I had training the next day. So now is a much quicker one. Only 1 hour so far. And Alcaraz 1 game away from winning this match and putting himself through to the final of the Next Gen finals. Obviously no ATP rankings points on the line. Just the kind of the pride, I guess, of having won. Prestigious event. Baez with the backhand cross now. Alcaraz bad backhand long. Well, not bad backhand long, but backhand long nonetheless. I think we're going to have a tiebreak here. He's definitely been Serving better this set, Baez. Let's see what he's got. Baez with the serve goes to Alcaraz's forehand, puts it in the net. Yeah, a few errors now coming in. Be interesting to see if that translates into the tiebreak as well. But like I said, this is a tournament of momentum. There's so many times where the one player's won 3 points and the other player's won 3 points. As Alcaraz hits a monster return cross. Like I said, maybe Alcaraz wins the next 4 points and wins the whole match. So we'll see. Tennis is such a tantalizing sport. You can go from being a match point on a sudden death juice to losing a tiebreak and being 2-1 or two sets all. Serve down the tee from Baez. Alcaraz misses the return. 40-15. We're gonna have a tiebreak. I think we're gonna have a tiebreak. As Baez, like I said, just has to get to 3-all. She's done in this set. If this were a long set match, what would the score be? It would have been like 6-3. 6-3, 2-love. So 6-3, 5-2 it would be. 6-3, 5-2 as Alcaraz wins another point. 6-3, 5-2. I mean, yeah, pretty straightforward one. But I mean, yeah, if Baez wins this point, even though in a long match it would be like 6-3, 5-3, in this format, he's got a chance to win the set. Serve goes down the tee. Alcaraz return to Baez's forehand. Alcaraz goes forehand cross. Baez on the stretch now. Alcaraz short forehand goes down the line. Baez at the back. Alcaraz puts away the volley. He's got a match point. He has a match point. A sudden death juice. No way. 1 hour, 1 minute. He was 40-15 down, but I have a feeling Baez is going to clutch up here the same way Alcaraz did. Surely he's going to clutch up here. It would be too easy if it's just get my game, set, and match. I'm just looking into the future right now. It's not going to be over now. Confidence in Baez. See what he's going to do. He's going out wide for sure. He does. It's a net cord. No, he was out. Second serve. That's pressure. He's only won 46%. Kick serve. Alcaraz comes in, goes backhand down the line. He's at the net. Oh, he gets lobbed. No way, it's on the line. Hot dog. Oh, goes out. Game, set, and match. Carlos Alcaraz. A stunning way to end. 1 break in each set. A relatively straightforward match overall. I mean, what a solid performance from this guy. 80% of you thought that Alcaraz was going to win. He does win 4-2, 4-1, 4-2. And he's into the final of the Next Gen Finals here in Milan. And he'll face Sebastian Korda, who, you know, is a fierce competitor, seed number 2. And it'll be a great match, which we will definitely be streaming, or I will definitely be streaming. So make sure you subscribe to be notified when that one comes out. 1 hour and 3 minutes, a relatively short one as compared to the last one I spectated and commentated on, which was about 2.5 hours. So I'm quite glad that it's kind of wrapped up reasonably quickly this evening. However, I would have liked to have seen a bit more of a battle from Baez as he walks off the court. You know, after only having played for like 1 hour, you know, you're almost expecting more in the semi-finals. But, you know, Alcaraz, just a brilliant performance, super solid on serve. I think the stats kind of tell the story of the match, really. If someone shows you those stats, 7 aces, less unforced errors, 16 winners, a solid percentage of first serve, winning over 90% on second and 85 on the first, and converting all of the break points saved. I mean, yeah, the stats tell the story of the match, essentially. I think, yeah, it was a solid example of why I think he will be a top 10 player by the end of next year. I'm calling it. Alcaraz will be top 10 by the end of next year. Baez, I think he needs 1 or 2 years. Maybe work on his game. He's a bit more of a Schwartzman like character in terms of like game style. So he maybe needs a bit longer to just kind of finesse or master the art of playing as such a kind of a short player. Like, because you need to master the spins, the angles, the timing of the ball from different angles. I mean, there's a lot of different things that he needs to work on, especially on a hard court. I mean, I'm saying it as if I've been a professional player for my entire life. I haven't. These are just things that I personally think that he could improve his game or give him a chance to beat players like Alcaraz, who are obviously the absolute pinnacle of men's tennis, but obviously an extremely talented player. I think everyone who's playing at these finals deserves or has a bright future ahead of them. Yeah, so I mean, let me know what your thoughts of the match were. If you were watching it or you were just watching my commentary. I personally thought that Baez was just a lot less aggressive than Alcaraz, and he was pushed back a lot more. He seemed to have quite a defensive stance on the game, whereas Alcaraz seemed to have a very aggressive game style, and he made a few unforced errors at times, but most of the time he was making the balls, and it was like kind of living and dying by the sword. And when I say the sword, I mean like the aggressive game style, and yeah, it seemed to pay off for him against someone like Baez. And I mean, even on a clay court, I see Alcaraz winning that match just because he's got such a spin-heavy game. He's such a powerful player, powerful hitter. He's really able just to command the angles on the court, push Baez back, make it really difficult for him, especially on the serve. I mean, he was standing like 3-4 meters behind the baseline on every single serve, even on the second serves. I mean, I've played against a ATP 600 player, Luke Johnson. We did a video on it if you want to see it. It's on our channel. And even on his second serves, I was having to either step in or stand really far back, just to get the ball back in, because the level of spin that these guys play with is just truly a different level from what you're used to as an amateur player, I guess, or someone that doesn't have like experience on the ATP tour. And yeah, you really have to go and play against one of these players to really appreciate the level of spin, the level of speed, and the level of the like force of the hitting of the shot that these guys play with. And I mean, hopefully one day I will get there to that level and be able to play against some of these guys. Definitely not at the next gen finals. I'm already too old, I guess, for that, unless I make some big strides in the next 2 or 3 years. But definitely in the future, would love to play at that level. And I guess watching these matches really helps to learn about what these guys do well, and then helps you figure out what you need to do in your game better than what you do now. And so for me, it would definitely be the serve. That's the number one thing take away from this match. The reason he won was because of his serve. He was so solid, didn't give any chances. When he had 3 break points against him, just took the chances away from Baez, hit 3 bomb serves. That would be the number one thing. The number 2 thing would be, be aggressive. If you're going to have a game style which is aggressive, be aggressive the whole time, even if you make mistakes. Because if as soon as you think, okay, I just want to get the ball in, then you just drop the racket head speed, you get nervous, then you keep doing it, and then it doesn't help your progression, and it also doesn't help the chance of that your opponent will then gain confidence. And then number 3, I'd say, is just like working on movement. The movement of Alcaraz was unbelievable, getting to so many balls, making Baez play, and such a good defensive ability. The tactical awareness of when to play high balls, when to play spin balls, and how high to play them when you're that far off the court. All of those different things when you're playing different types of players, or when you're playing players that are using different levels of spin, using more of the angles on the court, maybe shots you're not used to that you would make errors on. If you've kind of thought about it and you practice those types of shots, then it's definitely going to be beneficial for playing at that level. So whether you're just a general like club player, or like a player like me, or you already have played on the ATP tour, I think there's definitely takeaways that you can take if you still want to be playing at a high level. And yeah, I think that'll be it for the stream today. Definitely tune in for the final stream between Sebastian Korda and Alcaraz. It'll be interesting to see who can win that one. The seed number 1, obviously, against the seed number 2. I will be commentating that one. It will be tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I think 8 o'clock UK time. So I'll start maybe 5-10 minutes early. Talk about who I think's gonna win, what my thoughts are of both of these players, where I perhaps see them in the future. And kind of what I think the match will like hold. So make sure you subscribe now. That would be greatly appreciated. And also you can turn the bell notifications on, like the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, which will actually send you a notification when we go live, just in case you you forget or something. Then it will just notify you that we've started streaming, and then you can tune in and hear my commentary on what I think or how the game's going, or you can just kind of tune in for the big moments if you're watching the score on your phone. But yeah, that'll be it from me for now. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Remember to leave a like. The video is not going to go away, so you can always leave a like once the stream's over. And yeah, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed myself. Solid stream. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the final of the next gen finals. Bye bye.